Hey guys, Sephora Collection has so many palettes out for this holiday season, guys. And there are so many eyeshadow palettes as well. So it was a little bit hard for me to pick and choose which one I wanted to review. But this palette, which is called Wonderful Stars. So it has the stars, and it has the trees, and what else? Yeah, and it has like a fox. Yeah, it looks like a fox. Is this a fox? I'm not sure. It looks like a fox or a cat. I'm not sure what it is. And so yeah, that is the Wonderful Stars palette box. And this is actually an eye palette and a cheek palette. So you have like eyeshadows, then you have a couple of blushes and one highlighter. So I thought that that was kind of well-rounded palette. The other palettes that Sephora Collection had put out were just small, just eyeshadow palettes. There was like a four pan or an 8-pan eyeshadow palette, which was just $10. So this is $16, by the way, 1/6, and it says in the box this is a $48 value. And this product is made in China, and I think you have let me quickly show you the actual palette. The box and the palette have the very same packaging, the exactly same packaging. And Sephora Collection is Sephora's in-house brand, so this is exclusively found only on Sephora.com and also on stores. There are 9. It does come with a mirror, by the way. The mirror is almost the size of the palette, to be honest. It's a good size mirror. And this is the palette, right? It's so beautiful. I was like, it definitely, I think the packaging also like influenced me. Packaging meaning the pan shape definitely influenced me. It looks really, really beautiful, I feel. I think hence the name Wonderful Stars. The eyeshadow pans are shaped in the shape of a star, and this is the highlighter, and you have 2 blushes. These are just your regular rectangular pans. So how much product do you get? Let me quickly check. Now the eyeshadows, you get 0.03 ounce of product, which I don't think it's like a full size. Typically full size eyeshadows like MAC full size eyeshadows and Urban Decay, they contain 0.05 ounce of product. So this is 0.03. Kind of less, but it's not like really less, not like 0.02 ounce of product or anything like that, but it's definitely on the smaller side. And I think the blush, you get 2.5 grams of product, that's 0.08 ounce of product, and the highlighter is also the exact same amount, 2.5 grams in these 3 pans. And for the eyeshadows, you get in terms of grams, it's 0.9 grams, guys. So yeah, so definitely this is a travel friendly palette, as you can see, definitely small. And I have all of these eyeshadows, not all, I use this palette on the eyes, to be honest, and I have a very simple eye look, to be honest, nothing complicated. Let me swatch the eyeshadows first and I'll tell you guys how they performed and everything. So they do not have names. Yeah, there are no names. They're just colors, just in a palette. So I will show you guys the row which I'm swatching right before I swatch, just so that you can like correlate the shades that you see and how they swatch on my arms. So let's swatch with the lighter row, this is actually the top row. I'm holding the palette upside down. All of these shades are actually matte. So there are 2 cream shades which really look very similar, and this is like a very cool toned brownish mauve shade, and I have this shade as a transition shade on my eyelids. So that is the first row, and all of them are matte. Then the second, you have this gold, and then you have this again very taupe kind of a shade, and then you have a very deep purple shade, a gold metallic shade, and then like a purple. This also has a purple tone, but not too much. And then that is the very dark purple. So these 3, I would say, To be honest, these two are kind of on the metallic side. This is definitely on the satin side, but all three are definitely soft shimmers. They're not very high. You can see, right? They're not very high metallic, high shine kind of eyeshadows. They're very soft shimmers. So that is the second row. In the final row, you have all the dark shades actually. You have like a very brown, black brown kind of a shade. Then you have like a dark just brown shade, and then you also have a black shade. So that is a black, almost black brown shade. It's almost cool tone, and then you have this very dark brown shade. They're all just blending into my skin, guys. Maybe I should, and that is a black shade. Maybe I should do it again. So yeah, those are the two shades. So that is the palette altogether, to be honest. So those are the eyeshadows, and let me swatch the blushes. The blushes, this is one blush. This is a darker shade and this is a lighter shade. The highlighter is actually a very pale, to be honest, it looks like a very cool toned gold. It's not a yellow gold. You know what? It's a champagne shade, guys. What am I saying? Cool toned gold. It's a champagne shade. So yeah, but it's not like very frosty champagne shade, as you can see. So that is the shade. Maybe hang on. Let me just blend it and show it to you guys how it looks. So yeah, to be honest, the quality of the eyeshadows are good. They're not spectacular. They're not like outstanding quality. They are good eyeshadows, and they definitely show up well on the eyes, and they blend well. I didn't have any problems with the blending. The pigment, definitely, I was able to deposit the pigment on the eyes. All in all, the quality is good. It's like, I would say above average. I would give these a B, definitely. But to be honest, one small problem that I have is, do you see all the dark shades? This is the purple, and these are the two like dark browns, and this is the black. They are so similar on my skin tone, guys, even with the swatch. And when you blend it out and when you apply these, all of the products on the eyes, they all look literally the same. They all look literally the same. And in order to create an eye look, I definitely need darker shades in the crease and in the outer corner, in the outer V of my eyes. So to be honest, any kind of eye look that I do with this palette is going to look very, very similar, because the shimmer shades, the lighter shimmer shades, I had two options, which is this gold and this taupe shade. And for the darker shades, all of them look very similar. And these two, again, they actually do look different on the eyes. The gold shade and the taupe kind of shade, they do look different on the eyes, but still, it's not like a drastic variation. You know, if I wear gold on one eyes and the other taupe kind of shade on the other eyes, it would look that I have two different eyeshadow, right? It will definitely, you'll be able to tell the difference, but still, it's not like a big difference. It's not like, you know, it's like both are like neutral shades, lighter neutral shades is what I'm trying to say. And the darker shades, they all look very similar on the eyes. So that's the only kind of downside I see with the palette. But quality wise, I like them, and I think you have like good amount of browns in here, and also a cool tone shade, this one. So if you want to lighten the browns, like if you want to lighten any of the browns, you can definitely mix it up with the lighter shades, lighter cream shades that you have here to change the color. Now to be honest, it might mute the darker shades, but they're not going to drastically change the color altogether. Remember that. It's like when you mix the cream shades with the darker shades, it might mute that color a little bit. It's not going to drastically change the color altogether. It's not that transformative. So yeah, but you can definitely mix them and you would see a difference in the eyes, but not like a whole different color, you know. So yeah, I think the quality wise, they are nice, they are good. They blend well, they show up well in the eyelids. I didn't have to struggle with any eyeshadow, to be honest, to deposit the eyeshadow on the eyelid and like to blend it out, to remove the harsh lines. Nothing, I mean, it did like leave harsh lines, but I was able to blend them away, and I was able to come up with a good look, and quickly actually, because you do only have limited eyeshadows, and no matter which color I choose to use in the crease, they all kind of going to look the same. So I just went with any old dark shade in the crease, and I just have it all. Actually, I think I have the purple, the crease, and the outer V, and all to get on all over the crease. Yeah. And then in the center of the eyelid, I have the, not center of the eyelid, all over the eyelid, I have the gold shade, this shade. And in the lower lash, I have the black actually. And all of them actually showed up well, it blended well. But this is a very simple neutral palette. So I think this would be perfect for someone who doesn't really overthink their eyeshadow looks and just want to just put on some eyeshadow and go out the door quickly, not like overthink it too much, or not someone who would expect a lot of variation. They just want like a little bit of makeup on the eyes, that's it. So for someone like that, I think this would be a really, really good value for money, and also a really good quality, guys. That's with respect to the eyeshadows. Now with respect to the blush, again, both the blushes did not show up on my skin tone at all. Now again, the face products, I test them without a foundation or like a concealer or any kind of makeup base or a primer. So I just tested these three products on bare skin. So on bare skin, these two did not show up at all. Both the blushes, they just didn't show up at all. I tried building up, and they didn't even show up to the point that it either shows up and I see the pigment, or it looks ashy. There was no difference on my cheeks, so they didn't show up at all. So I'm not a very big fan of the blushes. Now the highlighter, definitely it is a subtle highlighter, guys. As you can see, it's definitely on the subtle side. It's not very reflective. It's not very like beaming or metallic. It is a subtle highlighter. So yeah, the highlighter definitely catches the light a little bit and gives a very soft glow, but that's about it. So yeah, all in all, do I recommend this palette? I think if you have I think if you have like medium skin tone, I think all of the shades will really show up on your skin really well, both the cheek products and the eyeshadows. All of them show up on my skin tone as well already. But of course the lighter shades, these two shades, they don't really like show up. I mean, they show up, but they're too light. I don't think I would use these shades on my eyes. But yeah, but if you have medium to light skin tone, I think the face products will definitely work for you. But if you have dark skin, they just don't show up on my skin tone. Again, before I forget, I tested all the face products on bare skin. No primer, no foundation, no concealer or anything. So yeah. As for the eyeshadows, they are good performing eyeshadows. They are nice. They show up on the eyes. They blend well, but you don't have a lot of variation. You have to understand that this is an extremely basic palette, just on the go kind of a palette. On the go for someone who doesn't really think about their eyeshadow too much. They just want colors that just show up on the eyes and just blend easily, and then that's it. So yeah, hope you guys found this video useful. Did I tell you guys the price of this product? I don't remember. Let me quickly check. This retails for $16, guys. Yeah, I think that's a very, very good price, to be honest. Yeah, it's almost close to, or even, I don't think this is less than drugstore pricing, right? I think definitely it's like close to drugstore pricing. I think drugstore eyeshadow palettes are definitely a little bit less expensive than this, $16. So yeah, guys, hope you guys found this video useful. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked watching it, and please subscribe. Bye.